Good morning. It's a murky start to the day today. Quite a lot of mist and some drizzle across the southwest and Wales. But there will be some brightness, the best of which will be in northern Scotland. And then later, we see a new band of rain coming into the southwest. I'll have all the details throughout the programme. Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. Dan is absolutely right. Let me show you the forecast for the next couple of days. We're going to have cold weather remain in the north, but very mild in the south. Tomorrow, parts of southern England could hit 14 degrees, but at the same time, parts of northern England and Scotland, the higher parts, could have a real dumping of snow. There'll be spells of rain over the next few days as well, and we'll also see some hill snow as well. So what we've got this morning is a lot of clouds, some misty, murky conditions, some hill fog, some drizzle in Wales in the southwest. The snow that we currently have around Dornoch and the Inverness area tending to fade. We'll see some wintry showers on the Grampians, and the rain we have across the southeast pulling away. But later on, we'll see some heavier rain coming back into the southwest and also Wales. Should brighten up across eastern England, northeast Wales, but the lion's share of the sunshine today will be across northern Scotland. But here is also where we'll have the lowest temperatures, 4s and 5s, whereas pull down to the southwest and the Channel Islands, we're looking at 11 degrees. Now through this evening and overnight, our band of rain continues to push northwards and eastwards, bumps into the cold air, and above about 200 metres or so across the Pennines and also the southern uplands, we'll see some snowfall. It's going to be cold. Temperatures in some rural parts of Scotland in the Glens could fall as low as -4 degrees. So here we're looking at a widespread frost. But look how mild it is as we head further south. 10 degrees would be a pretty good daytime temperature for the southwest at this time of year. Continue with this rain, but you can see it's not moving particularly quickly. We still have snow above 200 metres across the Pennines, getting across central Scotland and into the Grampians and the Highlands. Now behind that, brighter skies. There will be some sunshine, 1 or 2 showers potentially around the coasts. 14 degrees likely in London, whereas we're only looking at 4 or 5 in Stornoway and Aberdeen. But the snow could well be disruptive, particularly so on the higher routes in Scotland and northern England. These are the kind of values we're looking at. I'll have more details later though, Dan and Lou. Good morning both, good morning to you too. Well, over the next few days, it's going to continue to be cold in the north. At the moment, for example, in Aboyne and also Balmoral, the temperature is only -1.3, whereas it's still mild in the south. Currently in St Mary's and the Isles of Scilly, we're looking at 10 degrees. Spells of rain, though, hill snow, and some significant hill snow at that. Now this morning there's a lot of cloud around, a lot of this coming in from the Atlantic, so it's moist. It's a murky start, there's some mist, there's some hill fog. But you can see it's also mild where we've got these yellow colours, but the blue colder air hangs on across the far north of Scotland and will continue to do so for the next few days. So a lot of cloud. We've had some snow showers this morning across parts of the Highlands. We've had some rain moving across parts of southern England down towards the southeast and out of Wales. That will clear, but then later on we've got this next arm of rain coming in from the southwest. Through the day though, it should brighten up across northeast Wales, eastern parts of England, but the lion's share of the sunshine will be across northern Scotland. Now through this evening and overnight, our band of rain and increasingly hill snow moves northwards and eastwards, the hill snow across the Pennines and also the southern uplands. It's going to be a cold night with some frost across parts of Scotland. Temperatures could fall as low as -4 in some sheltered glens, but 10 as the overnight low in the southwest. Now through the course of tomorrow, we still have this rain. It's not moving anywhere too quickly, and it could exacerbate the flooding situation as well. The other thing is, it's not moving very quickly, and it's going to deposit a fair bit of snow across the Pennines, the southern uplands, and also across parts of the Highlands and Grampians. Now, temperature-wise, well, we'll have some brighter skies across southern England and Wales, some sunshine coming through here as well. So here it still is going to be mild. Highs up to 14 degrees. At this stage in January, that is pretty good. But we're still in the cold air further north, between about 2 and 4. Now, I mentioned we were going to see significant snowfall on the highest routes across the North Pennines and also the southern uplands and the Grampians. These are the kind of values, 15 to 30 centimetres. That may well cause some disruption. Now on Friday, our band of rain comes steadily northwards. We have another band of snow in Scotland. A pair of them merge, start to sink south as a weak feature. There'll be a fair bit of cloud around. It will be a drier day for many of us, and we're looking at temperatures still on the low side in the north, 3 to about 6 degrees, still in the mild side in the south, looking at 10s, 11s and 12s. But out towards the west, the southwest, you can already see what's happening. Once again, we're going to see more rain coming in. Then there's a bit of a complication in the forecast because we've got this cold air which is going to be heading southward Friday night into Saturday. We've also got this system coming in from the Atlantic. If it travels far north, some of us could well see some snow from it. At the moment, we don't think it will. But even into Sunday, we could also see some snow. There's a lot to play for, which is why I'm not showing you the charts. We've got a system coming in from the Atlantic from the west. As it travels east, some of us could see some snow, but I'll keep you posted as we become more sure about what's going to happen in the next few days. Dan and Lou. Good morning. It's another cloudy, murky, misty start to the day, but for many of us, when we lose this morning's rain, it will be dry. Later, though, a new band of rain sweeps in to the southwest. I'll have further details later in the programme. Good morning. Almost everything, Lou. We've got over the next few days cold air ensconced across the north of Scotland. It will stay there too. Very mild in the south. Tomorrow, London could reach 14 degrees. But there'll also be spells of rain which could exacerbate the flooding situation and also some hill snow. But in between, there'll be a little bit of sunshine. Now, we're starting off on a cloudy note. There's some mist, there's some murk, there's some drizzle across southwest England and Wales. We've got rain pulling away from the southeast and still a few wintry showers left across the Highlands. But it's the north of Scotland that will have the lion's share of the sunshine today. It will brighten up across eastern England and northeast Wales, but you can already see the next system waiting in the wings, ready to bring in its rain. But very mild. Look at these temperatures, 10s and 11s across the southern half of the country, compared to in the north where we've got the lion's share of the sunshine, where we'll see about 5 to 6 degrees. Now, through this evening and overnight, the weather front bringing this rain pushes northwards and eastwards, bumps into the cold air across northern England and southern Scotland and will readily turn to snow. Also, with all this rain coming in, it's falling on already saturated ground. There is the risk once again of some flooding. It's going to be cold in Scotland tonight. In the Glens, it could fall as low as -3, -4, so there'll be a widespread frost, but still very mild across Northern Ireland, England and Wales for the time of year. Now, to give you an idea, this band of cloud, rain and hill snow is going to slowly move northwards and eastwards through the course of tomorrow. Behind it, brighter skies follow on. Still a lot of cloud at times, but some sunshine. But temperatures very mild in the south and cold in the north. Dan and Lou.
Thank you very much for that, Carol. I will see you in about half an hour.
I've got everything actually, Lou. For starters, beautiful Weather Watchers picture from Woodstock taken earlier this morning. Nice and bright, but most of us are waking up to scenes more like this. It's a fairly cloudy start to the day. There's some mist, there's some hill fog, and there's some murky conditions and some drizzle as well. It's all coming in from the Atlantic. Look at all of this lump of cloud, which has been producing some rain this morning. We've also had some snow across parts of Scotland. But coming in from the Atlantic, we also have this mild air represented by the yellows, but the blues still in the Arctic air across the far north of Scotland, and you'll stay cold actually for much of the rest of this week. So to start with, a lot of cloud as we've seen, that mist and the murk giving way to some brighter skies across eastern England, northeast Wales, but the lion's share of today's sunshine will be across the far north of Scotland. And then later in the day, our next weather front comes in from the southwest, introducing some rain. But look at the temperatures, really mild for the time of year in the south, 10s and 11s, but colder as we push further north, despite the sunshine. Now, as we head on through the evening and overnight, that weather front takes its rain steadily northwards and eastwards. And as it bumps into the cold air across northern England and Scotland, it will readily turn to snow on high ground. At lower levels, it's more likely to be rain and sleet. But of course, there's quite a bit of rain coming our way, and that will exacerbate the flooding situation. It's going to be a cold night in the north, but a mild night in the south. And then through the course of tomorrow, that band of rain continues to slowly push northwards. Again, there'll be some large rainfall totals in it. And we're also looking at that snow, which will be slow moving across the Pennines, particularly the North Pennines, the southern uplands, getting into the Highlands and also the Grampians. So it could well be disruptive on high ground for some of the higher routes. But behind it, a lot of dry weather, variable amounts of cloud, some sunshine, and ahead of it too, bar a few showers, some of which will be wintry, largely dry but cold. Still cold in the north, but Northern Ireland, much of Northern England away from the rain and snow. Wales and the southwest seeing temperatures between 11 and 14 degrees. Now, the kind of totals we're looking at on high ground, 15 to 30 centimetres. So you see why this could prove to be disruptive on the higher routes. So as we head on through the course of Friday, our systems continue to push northwards, bringing some further snow in across the north of Scotland. And then it starts to slide southwards. That's a fairly weak affair, just with some cloud and some drizzly bits and pieces on it. Behind that, something drier and brighter, but still only 3 to 5 degrees across much of Scotland. And then for Northern Ireland, we're looking at a largely dry day, 9 degrees, 12 in London. But then you can already see, just waiting out in the wings, the next Atlantic system coming our way. That too is going to be moving across the country, and that too is going to bring in some rain and some hill snow by the looks of it at the moment. Dan and Lou.
Thank you very much.
It is, isn't it, Lou? Good morning, everybody. Beautiful Weather Watchers picture sent in this morning of Essex, or parts of Essex anyway. Misty here. Some low clouds and fog in Crieff, in Perth and Kinross, and there is a lot of cloud across the UK today. You can see it all coming in from the Atlantic. A lot of moisture, some drizzle, some murky conditions generally. But as well as the cloud coming in, this is also mild air accompanying it, as represented by the yellows in the charts, but we're still in the colder air further north. So a lot of cloud, still 1 or 2 showers, still wintry in parts of the north, but increasingly through the day we'll see sunny skies developing across northern Scotland, eastern England and northeast Wales, with just the odd shower here and there. Now temperatures 5 to 7 in the north, 9 to 11 as we come further south. But by the end of the afternoon you can already see a weather front coming our way, introducing some rain through the Channel Islands, the southwest of England and also parts of Wales. Through this evening and overnight, that weather front takes its rain, moving steadily northwards. Could exacerbate the flooding situation we already have, and as it engages with the cold air across the Pennines and the southern uplands, it will readily turn to snow with height. At lower levels it's more likely to be rain or sleet. It's going to be a cold night in Scotland. -4 is quite possible with some frost, but very mild across Northern Ireland, England and Wales. And this is where we'll have the rain tomorrow, pushing northeastwards and again falling as snow on the hills, especially the North Pennines, the southern uplands, getting into the southern parts of the Highlands and also the Grampians as we go through the course of the day. And it could well be disruptive snow at that on the higher routes. Now behind that we'll see a return to brighter skies, some sunny skies as well, and in the north of the country we'll see some sunshine but some wintry showers. Despite the sunshine, it's going to be cold across Scotland, 2 to about 5 degrees, certainly cold if you've got lying snow or falling snow. But as we go through Northern Ireland, England and Wales, much milder. 14 degrees is quite possible. That's a high temperature for this stage in January. Now, just to talk about the snow for just a couple of minutes, you can see the kind of levels we're looking at, 15 to 30 centimetres, but this is on the higher routes. So it will be the higher routes that are likely to see some disruption. On Friday, our weather front continues to push northwards. Still some snow in Scotland, then the whole lot starts to sink south as a fairly weak feature. There'll be quite a bit of cloud around, but some brighter skies following behind and also ahead of the weather fronts coming south. And still quite mild, 11s and 12s, but still pretty nippy in the north. Dan and Lou.
Nippy in the